The state of your life is nothing more than a reflection of the state of your mind. If you change the way you look at things, the things you look at change. No matter what circumstances have shown up in your life, the quality of your life will always and only be a reflection of your state of mind. In other words, how you feel about your life is your life. That is the very reason we have people who have nothing, materially speaking, who are miserable, and others who live in a consistent, beautiful state. The same reason we have people who seemingly have it all, the money, the cars, the wealth, but are depressed, and others who have it all and feel blessed. How you feel is your life. You can be happy with little or miserable with a lot. You can feel like you have a lot with a little and feel like you have nothing with a lot. Spending time every day in gratitude can shift your entire life. Spending time deliberately thinking about all the things that are good in your life will not only make you feel better about your life, which is the only important thing, but it will also start attracting more better things into your life. You could call this the law of attraction, but it is really just you noticing the good around you more. Try it. There is literally nothing more important than you giving this gift to yourself. What could be more important than feeling good? I cannot always control what goes on outside, but I can always control what goes on inside. As a human being, you can guarantee one thing for sure. Life will serve you up a great variety of highs and lows. Even though we are all guaranteed highs and lows, very few of us realize that we have the power to control what those highs and lows mean to us. We cannot control the circumstances and events of our lives, but we can always control our response to them. We can always control how we choose to feel about the circumstances and events. That doesn't mean it will be easy. It doesn't mean we won't have to take action. Sometimes action will be needed to better a negative situation. But we need not carry negative energy about the situation. The clearer our minds in challenging situations, the better our response. Next time you are faced with a challenge, see if you can gain more control of your feelings in order to handle the situation in the best possible way. Our lives are a sum total of the choices we have made. With everything that has happened to you, you can either feel sorry for yourself or treat what has happened as a gift. Everything is either an opportunity to grow or an obstacle to keep you from growing. You get to choose. Be miserable or motivate yourself. Whatever has to be done, it's always your choice. You are not stuck where you are unless you decide to be. The results of people's lives are rarely ever an accident or a mistake. Almost always, regardless of the circumstances, it is less about luck and more about the choices people have made. Your responses, actions, and choices have led you where you are today. That might be hard to hear, especially if you feel you've been dealt a bad hand. But no matter where you are now, You can choose to be in a better position in the future. You can choose to make excuses, and you might have some great ones. Or you can choose to drop all the negative stories and focus on what you can do to make your situation better. Regardless of what has happened in the past, you decide what happens next. Holding on to negative feelings towards circumstances and people that have done you wrong does nothing to benefit your life. They say the best revenge is massive success, but really, it is not. There is no need for revenge, and the best thing you can do is let go of negativity and focus on creating the best life possible for yourself. That is how you win. Stop acting as if life is a rehearsal. Live this day as if it were your last. The past is over and gone. The future is not guaranteed. Go for it now. The future is promised to no one. Too many people put the really important things in their life off for another day. We work too much and play too little. We spend too much time worrying about what other people think about us and too little time being our true self, living free from anyone's opinion. They say no one on their deathbed wished they'd worked more at the office. And I doubt they wished they'd worried more about what other people think of them. Whoever you want to be, however you want to live, whatever you want to do, whatever you need to say, do it all now, before it is too late. Live with no regrets. Self-worth comes from one thing: thinking that you are worthy. You cannot be lonely if you like the person you're alone with. The essential lesson I've learned in life is to just be yourself. Treasure the magnificent being that you are, and recognize first and foremost, you're not here as a human being only. You're a spiritual being having a human experience. When you're just like everybody else, you've nothing to offer other than your conformity. Be yourself. It's that simple. Because you can't have a full life if you are not fully yourself. If you are hiding who you are, wearing masks to fit in with other people, always afraid to express your true self, well, you're not really living, are you? So many people are unhappy, feeling completely drained every day, because it is exhausting pretending to be someone else all day, every day. You are unique. And because of that, you need to follow your own unique path. Do not be afraid to say what you feel and be who you are. Because in the end, even though some people will fall away, those are all the wrong people. When you be yourself, the right people will be attracted to you, and they will stay. Our intention creates our reality. You'll see it when you believe it. The saying goes, I'll believe it when I see it. But the truth is, you will never see it unless you first believe it. Have you ever seen a champion sports person who had no self-belief win anything? Have you ever seen a super successful person in any field of life achieve anything they did not believe would happen? The truth is, belief must come first. And when it does, you will start seeing that which you want in your life. How do you start believing it? First, you set the intention for what you want to show up in your life. Then, you take whatever actions you need to take to make that thing your reality. Then, you consistently keep improving in that area from all the action, learning, and new intentions you are setting. Then, from all the improvements you are making, you start believing more and more.
Greater intentions, greater beliefs mixed with action and learning creates amazing results.
Number 1, set intentions for everything you want in your life. Number 2, write down all the actions you need to take to make those intentions your reality. Number 3, commit to work towards these intentions every day by learning all you can and taking all the action you need to make it a reality. Number 4, track your progress and give yourself some credit when you make progress. Number 5, write down what or who you're doing this all for and carry this around with you everywhere. If you have a purpose that goes beyond yourself, a deep, meaningful purpose, you will not give up when things get hard. It's never crowded along the extra mile. Successful people make money. It's not that people who make money become successful, but that successful people attract money.
They bring success to what they do.
Anything you really want, you can attain if you really go after it. The truth is, you can have anything you want if and only if you are willing to go after it. The reason it is not crowded at the top is because most people are not willing to go the extra mile. They want the life of their idols, but are not interested in doing what it took to get there, nor what it takes to stay there. Success comes to those who really want it, not those who say they want it. Do you really want what you say you want? Doing what you love is the cornerstone of having abundance in your life. There's no scarcity of opportunity to make a living at what you love. There is only a scarcity of resolve to make it happen. Can you really call yourself successful if you are making a lot of money, but doing something you hate every day? Would you rather do something you hate and earn a lot of money, or earn enough money and do something you love every day? The truth is, none of us can be happy doing things we hate for money. Even if we are unaware of it, spending the greater part of our life doing things we hate in exchange for money does nothing but chip away at our soul. Although it doesn't suit the establishment, it would be great if we were all taught at a young age that the only thing of importance is that we feel good. And that means choosing work that feels good as well. Not work that earns us the most amount of money so we can feel important and significant. Work that makes us happy, lightens our load, inspires creativity. Ask yourself if your work is contributing to a better you. What would you love to do if money wasn't an issue? Loving people live in a loving world. Hostile people live in a hostile world. Same world. I'm sure you know someone who is always angry and seems to always be attracting other angry people. confrontation, and negative situations into their life. It's almost as though they have a negative magnet they carry around. Likewise, I'm sure you know someone who almost always seems upbeat, positive, and rarely, if ever, speaks negatively. No doubt this person rarely, if ever, attracts negative situations or angry people. How do you want to live your life? Now is a great time to come together as people, to support each other, to lift each other up, to change our energy first so we can have a positive effect on those around us. Start with you. How can you be better today? The highest form of ignorance is when you reject something you don't know anything about. There's two words that describe one of the biggest reasons people suffer and fail to live a life they deserve: narrow-minded. Being open to all possibilities, including the possibility of yourself being wrong, is one of the greatest gifts you can give yourself. Having the humility to accept that you may be wrong, no matter what the topic, no matter how crazy and far-fetched it may seem, is a gift, because it means you are not only open to all possibilities, but you don't believe everything you hear either.
Trust your gut and your intuition. You know intuitively when something is off.
No matter how many experts tell you something is a certain way, look at the facts. Use your common sense. Come to your own conclusion based on facts, common sense, and what you believe, not what society tells you to believe. You don't need to be better than anyone else. You just need to be better than who you used to be. Compete with no one and compare yourself to no one. Your greatest competition is never going to be another human. It will always be yourself. And the greatest part about that is that you can always defeat your former self. You can have the intention every day to be better in some way than you were yesterday. That is how your life gets better in a huge way, by improving just a little bit in one or a few areas every single day. Make that commitment to yourself, to compete with no one but yourself, and become your best ever self. When you judge another, you do not define them. You define yourself. How people treat you is their karma. How you react is yours. Judging others says nothing about them, but says a lot about our need to judge and our insecurities. Secure people don't judge. Do your best to understand where others are coming from. And if you can't understand, move on and let them live their life however they wish to live it. If someone judges you, rightly or wrongly, whatever the situation, it is your choice how you react. Reacting with negative energy will never do anything positive for your life. That does not mean there won't be times when you have to react, respond, or take action against some negative person or situation in your life. It means checking yourself, so you are not adding fuel to the fire. So you are not doing the very thing you hate in the other person. Action might be needed. Negative energy is never needed. It is impossible for you to be angry and laugh at the same time. Anger and laughter are mutually exclusive, and you have the power to choose either. This is an important choice we all make every day. and in so many moments throughout every day. The choice to live in a positive or negative state. And you better believe these choices have a massive flow-on effect on the overall quality of your life. It doesn't take much common sense to understand the more anger and negativity in your life, the worse the quality of your life. And the opposite, the more positivity and happiness you bring to each day, the better your life will be. Not just from the obvious perspective of how you feel, but also the decisions you make are known to be better when you are in a positive state. Have you ever made a good decision when you are raging angry? Try to spend more of your days in joy. Laugh more. Play more. Spend more time with things that make you smile, and less time consuming things that make you angry. To be more childlike, you don't have to give up being an adult. The fully integrated person is capable of being both an adult and a child simultaneously. Recapture the childlike feelings of wide-eyed excitement, spontaneous appreciation, cutting loose, and being full of awe and wonder at this magnificent universe.
Everything you need, you already have. You are complete right now. You are a whole, total person, not an apprentice person on the way to someplace else. Your completeness must be understood by you and experienced in your thoughts as your own personal reality.
Feeling complete is not determined by what you have, but only by how you feel. The sooner you realize that you are well capable of feeling complete without much at all, the sooner your life and how you feel about your life will improve. The ego is only an illusion, but a very influential one. Letting the ego illusion become your identity can prevent you from knowing your true self. Ego, the false idea of believing that you are what you have or what you do, is a backwards way of assessing and living life. Miracles come in moments. Be ready and willing. The more you see yourself as what you'd like to become and act as if what you want is already there, the more you'll activate those dormant forces that will collaborate to transform your dream into your reality. If we focus on what's ugly, we attract more ugliness into our thoughts, and then into our emotions, and ultimately into our lives.